All right, welcome back to On to the Next Project. Today's going to be a little different. We're going to be working through one of my actual projects, which is kind of part of how we wanted to start this out anyway, right?
And I'm Brian Miller. I'm sorry. I couldn't get out of my head.
Intros, the intros are getting, I don't know. Hopefully by now people know who we are. Or if they don't know who we are, they're probably not watching this.
Edward, you know who we are, right?
Yes. No, but anyway, on to the next project is entitled this. So I thought we'd start to focus on more projects now that we've actually, have quite a bit of episodes behind us. And I thought we might work through one of my projects I'm working on now, which I'm trying to set up a virtual summer camp.
Yeah, no, this is good because it was the original conception of the show, and then we kind of kicked it off by talking about some topics, and then we got into the habit of doing that. We've done that for a few months, and I feel like at this point there's more topics we could cover, but we've covered a lot of the different types of topics, mindset stuff. So getting into the practical, how do the mindset things actually relate to real projects that we're both working on is great. So yeah, so why don't you tell us more about the I know about it obviously, but why don't you give us the overview of what you're trying to do with this virtual summer camp?
Sure. Yeah. No. Forever, I wanted to offer some sort of a camp or class or club thing, but I could never think of a great way to do it, and really to do it in a way that would make the most sense. I thought about doing like puppet kits, but I was like, oh, geez, they're going to be so much work and so much overhead to ship out, and I'd have to like make hundreds of them to make it really even worth it. And I didn't want to do that. I don't like doing that kind of batch work. And then I thought about doing like a class, but I was like, oh, geez, a class. I mean, it's a similar type of thing. It's just like, well, how many people will I get for a regular class? I already have my YouTube videos. What can be different about it? So in thinking about it, I had the idea of doing a camp to kind of combine those two things, where you get a kit and then it's going through these different sessions of learning puppetry. And it just felt more right, and also limiting it to be very exclusive to just like I think I'm going to do 16 campers, so that way again that gets me out of doing the batch work, and it makes it very clear exactly what the class expectations would be, because it's just like a puppetry 101 thing. So I thought this might be a good way to experiment with it. I came up with the name Camp Puppet. We have camppuppet.com and all the handles everywhere, building the site now. But the hardest thing I'm having trouble doing, so it's going to be all virtual, of course. It's going to be through Zoom. But the hardest
So
thing,
is it going to be live, or is it pre-recorded courses, or kind of what's the
oh,
structure?
it's going to be completely live. Again, that's part of it too, because I wanted it to be a live experience with these kids. It will be available for rewatch exclusively to the students. That's in case something comes up last minute for them and they can't be there for some reason. I'd hate for them to miss out on anything.
Sure.
Obviously, the live experience is where they can get the most back and forth, the most work, the in-person work. But I want it to be available for them, even to reflect on what they did that day. If they want to watch again later. I mean, the only stumbling block I'm having now is just I want everything to be streamlined, because so far there's so many different tools for doing different things. Like I have my website, I'm going to use Zoom, but the thing I'm having the hardest time with right now is figuring out the best way to create a registration that's not going to be multiple steps. Every option I'm finding out now that's integrated with my website or integrated with Zoom just doesn't have what I need. Like for Zoom, they can pay me through Zoom. I can set that up through a webinar, but then I won't be able to get all the rest of the registration information that I need. On my website, I can get all the registration information, but the payment option would have to be separate, and I don't want them to be able to register without doing the payment thing, just so it's not confusing.
So have you tried Acuity, which is a program that we talked about recently? It's the my paid scheduling program where people can schedule, you can anything free, pay, they can pay and do the whole thing. And I've never done this, but I'm pretty sure on Acuity there's an option for they're signing up for a group class. You can check that as an option. So as opposed to they get their so that each individual person who signs up doesn't get their own Zoom link, right? Because that's the
Yep.
thing is you need. Now, what I'm just wondering is if you did it as a class, instead of having it auto generate a Zoom link, you just really need to do the registration, which I've showed you that in Acuity you get. You also get Should I pull up Acuity on my screen share? Should I pull that up?
Or yeah, maybe people might be able to get some value out of that. Yeah.
Because so I'll kind of try to talk while I'm doing this and make sure I go through all the login and all that stuff and make sure there's nothing on here in the back end that I don't want people to see about my business and all those oh no, stuff like that.
Yeah, no.
But let's see. So if I go into Acuity and so let me just show people kind of what this looks like. So I have all the different types of appointments that I can make. And obviously, as you can see in my business, I have lots of different types and I really break it down. So discovery calls for people that might want to try to work with me for certain different types of things. A lot of these are private, which simply means that they're not listed publicly on my Acuity page anywhere, but I can send these links. They're scheduling links and people can find their own date and blah, blah, blah. And you can group them by categories, which is all good. But you can also integrate this with Stripe. So you can actually have, let's see here, we've talked about, I do coaching, right? So I charge $300 for an hour of coaching, and there it is. And what you can do is you can have people, after they go through the scheduling, have to answer a whole bunch of questions. You can have an intake form. So you, Adam, you could design an intake form that they would go through. And I think oh, wait, hang on. Let me go back. Group class, new type of group class. So I'm guessing if you did a group class and you called it Puppet Camp Puppet, I just realized, Puppet Camp, and you charged them $40 million, whatever you're charging. And no, what are you charging? It's
not quite 40 million.
What roughly? Where is it? What roughly?
425.
425. 425. It's a very reasonable amount for what they're getting. And I don't know what you would put in for duration. What's each session? How long?
It's going to be 5-day sessions, 1 hour a minimum.
Okay, so about an hour each, and then you could design at a different part of Acuity a form. And let me actually turn on my thing here. How cool is that? So you can design a form. And then you could choose. So you could choose like the registration form that would have all the info that you need from them here. And then that would max amount of people. So you could say no more than 16 people.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to.
Which is great. And here you go. You could put all the times. You could actually do all the times it's being offered and click this. So somewhere in here, you would need to go figure out how to do this, but somewhere in here is the ability to say it's being offered 5 times, right? 5 days in a row. You could put all the different times that this course is being offered and then say they must sign up for all the times it's being offered. And I'm guessing what you would have to do then is just take the price and divide by however many times it's being offered, right? So that if it's forcing them to sign up for all of them, they don't have to pay $425 5 times, right?
Is that what that means? Is that how it's set up with this?
I'm guessing. So I've never done this, right? But what I was just suggesting is, this is you and me actually working through stuff the way we normally do it. So I didn't come in prepared. I had no idea we were going to talk about this. So my instinct is to definitely check out Acuity for solving all of your problems in one shot here. And you could then, it also integrates with Zoom. So hopefully you could have it automatically generate, but you wouldn't need to generate the Zoom link automatically because once everybody's signed up, you got all their emails, then you could send the email the day before or whatever the camp starts to all the people that have signed up and just say, here's the Zoom link and just give them a Zoom link just like normal. So, and say this is going to be the same link every day, right? Kind of a thing. So that would be one way I would.
Yeah, I'll definitely look at that. I mean, I've been Googling it all day, trying to figure out the most streamlined process I can find. I found this other website called Jotform. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
JOTFORM.com.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
It seems like apparently I just typed in like camp registration like payment sites, and this came up, and they have a lot of like really great templates. It's what I'm kind of looking at right now is probably the most realistic option for me without getting into something all new. And it looks like since I have such a small class size, it looks like I might even be able to use their free version.
Yeah, the free version here. I may as well, as long as I'm looking at this, because I'm looking at it for the first time. The free version has 100 monthly submissions. You only need 16. I mean, so
Yeah.
receive 10 payments.
Oh. And what's you can do submissions with the
Bummer.
payments? So that was in case it was, oh, I see. See, the fine print always gets me.
Yeah, and $24 a month, and then you're receiving 100 payments. In theory, for $24. Oh, billed annually though, right? You got to pay for the year
Oh.
to get it for 24 months. So, 29 a month. So if you did
Oh, that's not
$29, if you paid $29, you used it for 1 month, you got 100 payments, 25 forms, you probably just need one, right?
yeah.
You need to make one form. I think form views, right? That's just how many people have viewed the form. Blah, blah,
Wait,
blah, blah, blah.
wait. I can't go over views? So if I have over 1,000 people look at it, then let's say I had 1,000 people look at it, but only like 4 signed up. That way no one else could even look at it?
Well, the paid version is 10,000.
Yeah, but still, why would there be any limit on view? That's really weird.
I don't
Just
know.
view it?
Also, the free version also has their job form branding, which you never like to have on there.
I never like to have that, but for I mean, at least since I'm in like what I would call the beta version of this camp, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Mm.
Um, but
Yeah,
the views thing really gets me scared because even though I'm only having 16 people into the camp, I'm really. I mean, I know my website can get up to 7,000 views per week. So, I mean, not to
I guess I
necessarily.
guess the question is, if 10,000 people viewed it and 16 didn't sign up, haven't you failed?
Yeah, I guess so. That's a good point. That's a good point. I'm probably overthinking it a little bit.
You just
Well,
you're
and
just
then
like,
again, too, the next step up was $39. At that point, what's an extra $10 too, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's your once you're paying, you may as well just whatever,
yeah,
because
yeah.
especially because you're it's not like you're charging $40 per student. You're charging 400 or whatever per student. So yeah, you don't have to worry too much about that. But yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to look more into this. My instinct was Acuity just because I know it has, but it
Oh,
sounds
of
like
course.
Acuity, you'd have to manipulate it to do exactly what you want, whereas maybe Jotform is already set up for this exact purpose.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, oh, and definitely, well, because some of those things, I definitely want to look into Acuity anyway, because a lot of those, I think it can do a lot of things that I would want to be able to do in the future. So that way, if I can get Acuity to work for this camp, I could
Yeah.
also use it for all of my other endeavors that I want to explore.
Right, because you got excited when I was first showing you Acuity just recently, because it's just such a good
Yeah.
oh man, for me, having like 25 different types of appointments, some of them private, some of them
Oh yeah.
public, categorizing them, having the payment built in for when people book consultations versus the free ones for when I'm just doing calls and stuff. It's just so good. It's so
Oh
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's definitely a good, especially since I'm already doing like social media consultations for people. I'm just having them like Venmo me, so like this would be
Yeah.
so much more official, easy setup, straight into the calendar. So it's just a
I,
matter of me getting the time to set that up and do it. Because I know it'll probably
yeah.
take a whole day, at least a day or two
I,
to
I
set
I
up.
gotta tell you, it's not that bad, because all I did when I first set it up was whatever appointment I needed. Like the first time I set it up, it was because someone was trying to make an appointment with me and they wanted to pay for whatever. I was like, I wish I had a way to just do this instead of all the different things. And so in that moment, just for this one person, I signed up and paid for the first time, just made one appointment that just had their thing at exactly that price, sent them the link, and they did it. And then the next time somebody needed something from me, I made an appointment for that type and I sent them the link and they did it. And over a couple of months, I ended up with 22, 25 different appointment types, but I didn't do it all at once. Just as things came up,
Sure.
I was like, oh, okay, I need this, I need that, whatever.
Yeah.
So
What does Acuity cost? Do you know? Do you remember?
I want to say it's $15 to $20 a month. It's one of those,
Yeah,
it's
that's the point though, because it like Jotform looks really good, and like you said, it's exactly what I want for that need. However, though, if I'm going to be spending that much anyway, and if I can get Acuity to do what I want, I can use it for so many more different things.
so
So
okay. So I'm just looking it up. So emerging is there. Freebie. It has a $0 one. But it doesn't say what it comes with. So the $15 a month one has one calendar, which is fine because I only use my one Google Calendar anyway. And then everything syncs with my Google Cal. And then other than that, it's got all those features we already talked about.
mm,
But then Yeah, but then if you move up to the growing plan for $25 a month, you get text messaging. You can offer subscriptions or memberships. So you and I have both talked about subscription models
oh
moving
yeah, yeah.
forward. And then you can also sell packages and gift certificates.
Mm. Mm.
I feel like I have that model. I feel like I have.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, that's definitely. I mean, it sounds like I would want to start off at the base level for
Oh, yeah.
starting off. Yeah, because I'd be interested in gift certificates and whatnot. Again, probably not in the beta version of this, but definitely in the future. Because especially with something like a camp, because like, oh, if a grandma or grandpa want to buy it as a gift, they can do like the gift certificate, and then
Exactly. I used to, oh my gosh, I used to do so much of that. And you remember early in my career, I was doing a lot of magic lessons and magic instruction, group lessons and stuff. And I was at one point making more money teaching magic lessons privately than I was making money as a magician early in my career at 20, 21, 22. And I used lessons as a way to get in good with parents who were at companies that might want to hire me. And so
yeah,
what I used to do is sell right to grandparents. It's exactly what I did. I'd sell, you can for $200, you can buy a pack of 4 private magic lessons for your kid for the holidays as a you're looking, you can't come up with a holiday gift this year, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever. You can't come up with a gift. Well, give them the gift of magic. And I used to do
yes.
that. But it worked. I would sell a ton of these packages and then curse myself every January, February when I then had to go out and do dozens and dozens of private magic lessons at people's houses. But
Yeah, yeah.
now we're
It
talking
wouldn't be as
virtual.
bad. I was gonna say that wouldn't be as bad virtual. It's still a time commitment, but at least you're not driving all over the place, and yeah. Not stretched quite as thin potentially.
Yeah, I love the idea of it. So do we want to show? Are you willing to show on the screen the kind of the puppet camp puppet the website
Or
as
let me.
it's not finished yet, right? But
No, it's still quite a bit to develop. Let me see. I've never screen shared with
all right, hang on. I think I have to give you permissions. All right, allow participants to screen share. Go.
Okay, let me see. It'll let me do a browser too.
Yeah, just check your tabs
Yeah. Oh yeah. Check my tabs here. Check my
or
tabs.
just open a
I'm just gonna.
new.
Yeah, I'm just gonna open a new tab.
I always open a new window and then hide bookmarks. I don't know why. None of my
That's the thing I
bookmarks are.
like about StreamYard. It doesn't do the tabs.
That's true.
StreamYard's
That's true.
great. Oh, now it's not showing up that tab though. Hold on. Where is it? Why is it?
Thank God we do this in real time and don't edit.
Yeah.
All right. While we're waiting for Adam, I'll do a magic trick.
I can clip this out too. Pause.
No. Why would I clip it out? Wait.
Wait, come on. It's doing screen too. I don't want the screen. I want my browser.
I love how you were talking. So while I did this amazing flourish, your face was on the screen. That killed me. So all you got to hear here was my cards as your face was on the screen looking annoyed.
Let's see how amazing this flourish is.
It happened again. I did this fantastic. Remember this from Leonard Green?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Of course,
It's
I'm
not
doing this weird thing that the camera's up so high. I'm trying to do it up where the camera can see it. Did you find it?
okay. No, I'm just gonna make it full screen on this thing. Screen 2.
Gotta do it.
There we go. Did it work?
Yep, there it is.
All right. So here it
There
is.
she blows.
Camppuppet.com. So this is the working. I mean, we have some placeholders in here for photos. Like this snoof puppet is not going to be the final picture for this. It's just a placeholder because I want it to match exactly with the one that's going to be in the kit. And the kit one isn't going to have arms because making arms alone would triple the length of this class. We needed to do the building all in one day. So we're just going to be the body, which is how I normally build them anyway. And then meet the instructor here. We have apply for the July session. So I got to get this going because that's what I'm hoping to have. This is the end of this
Dude,
month.
July is around the corner. It's coming up.
Yes, it is. Actually, by the time this comes out, it might even be July.
That's
Who
true.
knows?
That's true.
Yeah, we have here, this is what the day sessions are. So it's like day 1 is the puppet design, and that photo is going to be changed to match the actual puppet. Again, this is just a placeholder, this one. This day 2 is Puppetry 101. Improv and play, teaching the kids improv. Let's make a show. It's going to be designing a little show. And then day 5 is going to be the showcases. So that's our current model. Again, this is not the box either. This is just actually a puppet that I shipped to Australia this past year. But there's going to be a little puppet kit. So this will be updated soon. This all talks about what's going to be inside it. I'm hoping to get some more stuff too. I'm actually hoping to get a sponsor to have some stuff put in there as well, so you can get a discount on future supplies.
Oh, that's
And
really smart. I mean, I know that's like a standard thing that people have done forever, but like I wouldn't have thought of it until you just said that. That's really a good idea.
yeah. Again, I'm thinking about not doing that necessarily for the beta version,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Yeah,
definitely.
because it'll be easier to go to a sponsor with proof of concept. Say, look at all the great feedback we got for the first time it ran.
Yeah. And then I figured that wherever they register would have to be an external link. So this will probably go to looking like I'm probably going to be doing Acuity. So Acuity or Jotform. So, but we will see.
Yeah, I do think that with Acuity, I think you can do an embed for the
Hmm,
scheduling form.
that'd be nice.
I want to say yes. Yep. So on the embed page here, I've got an iframe embed, so you can embed you can put it right there on the page, so they can actually start punching in their stuff and their credit card and do the whole thing right there.
Yeah. Because I want some more information too, like what grade is the kid in, what are some of their interests. Making sure that they have the technology to be able to do it is
Yep,
a big thing. They have to have a webcam and internet access.
that's
Making sure
true.
that they fully understand that this is virtual. You know,
Yeah.
because silly things that should be pretty obvious given what's going on in the world, but you just want to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
Does
for
it let
sure.
you do one thing I thought was cool about Jotform is they actually have to do like a virtual signature. Do you know how do you do that?
I use different software for that. I've never done that through Acuity, and I'm guessing the answer is you would just need to. They have lots of integrations that work, so you would probably need to have some kind of an integration
I'm
with
not
a
overly worried about
a
it. I was just wondering.
contract software integration. I mean, they have all these integrations that work with Acuity right from inside of it. And I'm just scrolling through quick to see if there is if there's an obvious one. But yeah, you'd have to look right into that. I feel like Stripe is payment and do.
So they can
There's
use credit cards, right?
oh yeah, yep, yep,
Everything. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because
yeah.
that's
There,
the other thing I was thinking too is doing some sort of a PayPal form. But in my experience, unless things have changed, typically you kind of have to have a PayPal account in order to have an easy checkout through PayPal. So,
no, they wouldn't anymore. I mean, so no,
oh really?
PayPal, you can just punch in your credit card. You don't need any PayPal anything. No,
Oh, good.
no.
Maybe that is still an option then.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot, there's, it's like everything else virtually now. There's so many paths to the same place now. It's like just pick the one whose logo you like best. They all do the same thing.
That's right. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you, Brian. I think I've definitely, it definitely helps me put me in the right direction at bare minimum. I'm going to be cranking this out all night and hopefully getting this up. I want to hopefully be able to launch by absolute latest this Friday. Because of course, not only do I have to let people know about it, give them time to sign up, I have to be able to have enough time to ship these kits out to the kids so they can receive them so that we can start on time. So hopefully it'll be hitting the waves soon.
It's great. So you got that project, and maybe next week we'll talk about the launch of my project that I've been working on so hard, which is coming out 2 days from now, as of the day we're recording it, July 1st, as it were, which is the podcast accelerator course.
No, we
So
should only talk about my projects.
I thought maybe. Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm actually going to say that. Like next week, hopefully you have a project that we can talk about. So yeah, no, I'm excited for that, and hopefully the audience is excited for that too. And let us know if you have any questions. We'll have links to Acuity and Jot form down below if people want to look at those options too.
Yeah,
Maybe
and,
one of those could help them.
just to be clear, I have no affiliation with Acuity whatsoever in any way. I use it. I pay for it. I have no affiliation, which isn't to say I don't want an affiliation with them. We have 22 subs, Acuity. Get on it. This is your
Yes.
this is your
We're
moment.
22. We got another one. Oh, wow.
I think so. I think I made a new account and subscribed because I was tired of it being at 21.
Our 22nd one is Camp Puppet YouTube channel.
All right. Well, until then,
On to
on
the
to the
next
next
project.
project.